What's up, guys? We're back again working on the Mustang today, and today we are going to be taking out the fuel pump. It is behind the power steering pump. Can't see it very well from this angle, but it's down there. So we're gonna be pulling the fuel lines and the fuel pump. So these are your fuel lines here. I'm just gonna run here. Somebody put this here, an inline fuel filter. I don't know why, but it's so gummed up. I mean, I'm replacing the whole fuel system. There's another one right there. For some reason, I don't know why. But yeah, that's all aftermarket. But you follow this fuel line down, and then right here switches to a steel line that goes straight down to the fuel pump. That is right there. So you can see that steel line there. I'll go underneath and show you. So you got your fuel pump right here. This is the line that goes from the tank to the fuel pump, and then this is the line that goes from your fuel pump all the way up to your carburetor. And then there are two bolts, one on each side, one there, and then there's one on the other side, so you have to pop those off. And then there is a bar that sticks out from the back of this fuel pump into the block, and that connects to a little rod, and that's what pumps your fuel. And then the fuel line running from the pump to the gas tank, another stupid inline filter, and then it will run into the wheel well here, the steel line, and runs all the way down the frame to the gas tank. And for this car sitting for as long as it did, it's in pretty good shape. Not a whole lot of rust, just dirty, very, very dirty. I know you can't see a ton from that angle, but might be able to hook a hose that goes to the carburetor. Undo the other hose clamp, the one that goes from the tank to the fuel pump. Oh, terrific. Now that those hoses are off and that fuel drain a little more, you can go ahead and unbolt the fuel pump now. Alright, I got the fuel pump out. So, like I said, it slid into the engine this way. So, we're going on this side of the car, sliding in this way. This rod goes into the block underneath a rod, and the rod moves it and causes kind of a siphoning system through since it's a mechanical fuel pump, not electric. And then this is where the carburetor, this is where the line for the carburetor was, and then this is where the line from the gas tank to the fuel pump was. So, pretty simple. Okay, you can see this is where the fuel pump went. I shoved a paper towel in the opening just because you want to keep everything as clean as possible. You don't want anything getting into the engine anywhere, or else you might have some issues. So, shove the paper towel up there. So, now I can start removing the fuel lines, and then eventually I'll be able to put the tank in and I'll be building my own fuel lines. Okay, covered in dirt and all kinds of other shit. Now the fuel pump's out. Next, I will be removing all the rest of the fuel line, and then from there, I'll be building my own fuel line for the first time. So, I'll get to learn that. You guys get to learn with me. It'll probably be a mess at first. That's just how we learn. Okay, so this is the fuel line. Don't get it confused with the brake line. So this is the line that went to the fuel pump from the gas tank, and it is held up with bolts and clips like this all along the frame. So I'll be removing those to pop this off. My dumbass cannot find what I did with my 3/8 inch drive ratchet with the 1/2 inch on it. I don't know what I did with it. I got the front ones undone, so now we're gonna undo these hose clamps here because it was easier just to run the steel tube to here and connect it with a rubber tube rather than run the steel tube through there and bend it after that, I guess. The camera. So, she's using pliers. Might just cut it, actually, because it's stuck. Well, I guess. Oh, now we just keep plugging away on these bolts all the way down the frame rail. We just keep moving along this frame rail. So this fuel line here has a protective plate in kind of a really random spot, but it's only a 1/2 inch lower than what it is here, but they had to protect it with something right there. Don't even need to take that plate all the way off. Slide it out and around and down. That fuel line just starts lowering on its own. So there is some stupid clips along some of this fuel rail to where you gotta pinch some of it together with pliers and then pry the other end out. They're kind of annoying. I don't know why they switched from bolts to these clips, but they're stupid. It's all undone. Now I just have to pull it out. That took a little bit to wiggle on out of there, but there we go. That is the fuel line, guys, and that's gonna do it for this video. So next, I just have to wait for those parts to come in, then I can start rebuilding the fuel system. So look for another video in a week to 10 days, I guess. Not sure exactly when they're coming in, but we'll see you in the next one.